If I could describe the Get My Life tour in one word, it would be vulnerability. Showing up for yourself is so important. Welcome to the Get My Life tour. I'm your host, Lydia T. Blanco. Hey y'all, and welcome to the Get My Life tour. It is me, your host, Lydia T. Blanco, and as always, I am so excited that you decided to tune in, listen with your heart, and join me on this stop of the Get My Life tour. You know what? I want to do something different. I actually want to give myself props, y'all, because we are in the thick of season 3, and we are at the helm, okay? We are on the brinks of episode 100. Oh my goodness. And that's not all. That is not all. Hello, somebody. It is the second year. Let's say we're coming up on the second year of the Get My Life tour in just a couple of weeks, maybe a few. Let me see. My calendar may be off a little bit. I'm not looking at one. But this time, 2 years ago, I was, planning, trying not to perfect, but perfecting, obsessing, manifesting, all of these things to really sit down and ideate, execute, produce, market, solicit, okay, all these things. Get My Life tour. And here we are, and I am so grateful. So shout outs to me for being consistent. I want to thank every person, including you, for showing up, for being here, for saying yes, for having a yes in your heart. And I just want to say that, I'm so hyped. If you hear fireworks in the background, it's because there are fireworks in the background, okay? It is clearly the 4th of July where I'm at. It's been a hectic last few weeks just because I celebrated a birthday. I've been doing all these things. I'm getting ready for a huge transition. And so, yes, I am recording this episode on the 4th of July here in the United States of America, where they are celebrating their independence, but we celebrated on Juneteenth, so they outside, but you know what I'm saying? It's cute and whatnot. And so if you hear them in the background, just know that's what that is, okay? Cool. So, I really was thinking long and hard when I was planning this stop on the tour, and I was like, Lydia, what is it that you want to talk about? Right now, I'm really living in the moment. I'm being present. I'm celebrating newness and doing a lot of reflecting. But what came to me was something that I really struggled with at one point, and that was seeing myself as an underdog. Me and a number of close friends love to say, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that was undefeated, or ... was undefeated, or you know what I'm saying, we undefeated. And as I thought about those things, I was like, you know what, I want to remind someone tonight, whatever time zone you are on, that you are undefeated, and that you do not have to be the underdog. You don't always have to operate like the underdog. There may be people who consider you to be one, but that's not how you have to operate. You don't have to live in that. And for so long, I felt that way. That is how I operated when I showed up places. I was like, let me show you better than I can tell you, and let me make the most of this. But most times I felt heavy, and it was because I was going in with my head bowed. I'd humbled myself to my own detriment. And people had their own perspectives or perceptions. And I was like, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm the underdog. I'm used to this. I remember there was this quote that I really admired. And I don't know where it came from. It was somewhere on the internet. Someone said it to me. Then I began to see it places. And the quote is, life is odd, but I'm getting even. Now, one would think that is super positive and motivating and very clever. But there was a time when I said it to someone in response to how I'm doing. And then I realized, you know what? That sounds very negative. And I was like, I don't think I want to say that publicly anymore. Right. And now I feel like, yeah, it could be thrown around here and there. I really don't use the phrase or the one line anymore at all. But when I'm thinking about this underdog mentality or feeling like, yeah, I'm operating from a place of lack or deficit or whatever the case may be, that's what that reminds me of. And so before I go on, I actually want to share with you all the Merriam-Webster's definition of an underdog. So, by definition, an underdog is a loser, okay, or predicted loser in a struggle or contest. Secondly, described as a victim of injustice or persecution. Let me tell you something. I don't like injustice. I don't want to be persecuted. I ain't no loser, and I don't want to be predicted as one, okay? In any struggle or any contest, I'm not here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I don't even want people rooting for me because they think I'm the underdog. I don't want nobody thinking I'm the underdog at this point in my life. It's one thing to be less experienced. It's one thing. I'll just stick with that. It's one thing to be less experienced or to be disenfranchised, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're set up for failure. I think what sets us up for failure more than anything is our mentality. The way we think is often suppressing, oppressive, okay? And I've had to come out of that because I have beat the odds so many times. I had to really come out of having the underdog mentality. And so that's what I want to remind you of again. You are undefeated and you can definitely shake and drop, okay? The underdog mentality. I remember listening to a sermon and I wish I could remember it. I didn't have time to go back and look for it. But I remember Sarah Jakes Roberts, who has been here on the Get My Life tour. Check out that Stop on the Tour when you have a chance if you haven't already. And she was talking about how so many of us really have this underdog mentality. And when I was thinking about just my own experiences, I just remember the feeling of defeat. And I remember what it felt like to win. And I was like, you know what? I'd much rather go in confidently knowing what I'm capable of than to go in so humbly and then count myself out. Right? The fact that some people will predict that you are going to lose is one thing. The fact that you are predicting that you're going to lose is another. So, in addition to what I've already shared, right, I'm just going to count this as my second point. And stop counting yourself out. Stop counting yourself out. Check the way you speak to yourself. Point number 3. So many of ourselves speak poorly to ourselves, right? We speak down on ourselves. There's words of negativity. Some of our jokes are not funny. We're trying to beat other people to the punch about what they think about us or how they, see it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Stop. It's not hot. It ain't funny. It's not cute. It's sad. And one thing I don't want to be is sad, okay? Or sorry. Ooh. It's one thing to be apologetic, right? But to actually be a sorry individual, that's a lot. Don't be sorry, okay? Be yourself, don't be sorry, okay? And so, honestly, as I say those things to you, those are honestly things that I've had to work through. Because I've had great moments in my life where I have felt defeated, depleted, okay, and just done. All the D's, okay? Triple D. Hello, somebody. But I've had to learn through positive self-talk and affirmations and really believing in myself, building my confidence, that I am not the underdog. And those who think that I am are sadly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? We never know why someone makes the predictions that they make, or why someone sees us the way that they do. But it's your responsibility to believe in yourself, to count yourself in, and really believe bigger, right? For whatever moment it is that you are going after, whatever moment you're creating, whatever moment that you are pursuing, especially when other people are involved, for you not to think so little of yourself. You know, what's really coming to me right now is for you to take inventory, for all of us, right? I'm going to do this as well. Take inventory of everything that we've, I'll say, gotten through. I don't want to talk about accomplishments here, but things that we've gotten through and how resilient that has made you, right? Has made us. And really hold firmly to that, because those are the things that are equipping you, right? That's what disqualifies you, if I may, as an underdog, okay? You understand me? Like, do you overstand me? Some things I believe I'm above, right? Not above reproach, but I'm above being an underdog. And I want you to take that with you as well. You don't have to go in like, oh, you know what? It's kind of like gas, right? If you don't have gas money, that's one thing. Like, don't drive, right? But I'm about to laugh, y'all, all in your ears. But sometimes, you know, you have people who are so cheap and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to just get 10. It's like, why are you doing that? Why? You're going to have to come back later. You're not going to be able to get to where you need to be without worrying. And it's going to take you longer. If you just took your time, if you just invested more, if you just did what you really have to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you just believed that you would be able to afford, or what, you know what I'm saying? If you just wasn't so cheap, you'd be good. Now stick with me, because y'all probably like, why is she talking about gas? But that's, to me, like the same thing. We're like, you know what? Well, I'm not just going to apply because I should just apply for this instead of the premium. I'm just going to go for that and let it, you know, in my career, or I'm going to do that in my relationship. I'm just going to, you know, yeah, he's and she's and they are, and yeah, I'm leaning into the mic right now because I'm like, is that what you really want? Is that what you really want? You know what I'm saying? Is that all you deserve? You know, and that'll be my last and final point. I really did not want to belabor the stop of the tour, but know that you are worth, you know what? You're worthy. You are worthy. And that is enough reason for you to shake the underdog mentality. Some of us feel like we have so much to prove to others or to ourselves. But I believe that when you understand your worth, when you have a sense of self-worth, and all these other great things, self-love, self-trust, right? But we're going to focus on worth right now, right? You don't have to always go in anticipating the worst, counting yourself out, beating yourself up. And so that's what I have to offer. I really hope that it is helpful. And I really hope that you are mindful of how you approach every start line in your life, right? This is a marathon, not a sprint. Treat yourself well. Be kind to yourself. Speak nicely, okay? Talk to me nice. Hello. Speak nice to yourself, okay? And go confidently, okay? All right, so I took a moment to pause and think about my mic drop moment. And you know what? I am going to lean on a man who most people probably wouldn't prefer, but he goes by the name of Sharpie. And I want to share what I actually heard him say, and I've turned it into an affirmation. And what he shared was, I'm already winning. I feel like I've said this before because I was so excited about what he said, but his confidence is impeccable, okay? I guess given his line of profession, it has to be. But I really want you to take that with you, okay? Come on, gems and mic drop moments. I'm already winning. Say it with me. I'm already winning. I hope that you are as full as I am. I'm smiling ear to ear. I made it through the stop on the tour with fireworks and car alarms going off. Hello, somebody. There goes another one. Boom, 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 boom. But as always, I am so grateful for you showing up the way that you do. I am grateful for all of you who have stayed connected, the personal messages, the DMs, the connections online always make my heart smile. I love knowing how what is shared here resonates with you. So continue to do so. Please visit thegetmylifetour.com. You can find all of the episodes of the podcast there, or can tune in wherever it is that you're listening to this podcast. Be sure to download, subscribe, review. Come on, y'all. I know you can do it. And if you'd like to stay connected on social, do so at the Get My Life Tour and at Lydia T. Blanco. Fun fact, on Facebook, the page is by Lydia T. Blanco. And so I can't wait to stay connected. I'm looking forward to wrapping season 3, the second year of the Get My Life Tour, the 100th episode. So much to look forward to. What I look forward to most is being on tour with you. Until the next time, it has been real. Peace.